Hi, Charmaine from Smarter Selling. Today's topic is resellers. So this is basically about you selling to somebody that has to sell your product on. So I think in this instance you have to really think, am I selling it enough to this person that they are 100% congruent that this is the right product, service or solution for their customer? Because being 99% won't cut it. They have to be 100% congruent. So the way that you transfer the energy and your knowledge from what you're going to offer to them is really important. So consider some things. I mean, it all depends on the environment, but do they care about it and do they want it in the first place? Do they have a customer in mind that may want that? Do they have certain scenarios that come up in their workforce that they get asked certain questions, so certain objections come up? You need to consider all these things. And what you may do is drip feed them information. So if you go in and give them everything at once, maybe 25 minutes on how they can handle something, the problem is they might only remember 2 or 3 things, and if they're not 100% congruent, they're not going to sell it on. So what you might need to do is spend some time breaking down your offer into a couple of segments that's easy for them to digest. So the client I've actually got in mind now, they would go in, and then the first time they go in to give an overall summary of what the products can do for their client. Then the next time they go in, they get them engaged by making it interesting and fun, and they educate them, and they find out exactly where they are with their knowledge base. Then they add a bit more. Then they give them different scenarios that may come up from that client. And the third time they go in, they again have a little scenario fun exercise where they can find out what that client is and what scenarios come up, and then they add a bit more. And this way, this stepping stone means this person ends up, after 3 visits, completely ahead of the game, and of course, they're your seller. They're the ones that are going to keep selling it on, all the time selling it on. So consider this reseller, because there's another scenario here. You might go and sell to one person in the organisation, but somebody else has to sell it. So you've always got to make sure, are you speaking to the end user, or are you speaking to the middle person in such a way that they can handle the end user? So think about how you break down your offer so that that person's 100% congruent to sell it on. And you've got to be excited. You've really got to share the enthusiasm and excitement so that it passes and transfers over that reseller, because they need to be as excited as you are about the solution so that they take that energy on and sell it on easily to their client. That's your top tip for reselling today. If you found this useful and think a colleague will, then please share. If you want more top tips on reselling and how to sell your product on in a stepping stone way, then subscribe below. I'm Charmaine from Smarter Selling. Until next time.